Question number 27, last question of the module 1 of bundle 11. It's a word problem. Now, whenever we see a word problem, we often feel, oh my god, this is too much, too difficult. Maths is really hard. But actually, it's not about math. It's about that so much information is given in the question that we often find it difficult. But if we break the question or the information into parts, the question will make much more sense and it will be relatable. Now, as for example, in our question, a linear equation is given to us, so which is fx, right, output y, and x input, whatever the input is. So we have to find the output. What is the output in this question? And what is the input in this question? And this is the initial value. Okay. Defines f, where x is the engine speed. Okay. X is the speed of the engine. So x is speed. In revolutions per minute. And a is a constant. See, what is speed? That the wheels are continuously, moving. And if a wheel is starting from here and take one complete turn and come, now it's here. So it has covered certain distance, right? And speed is distance with time. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So that means speed is given in the form of revolutions per minute. This information is taken that x is speed in the form of revolutions per minute. X is speed in the form of revolutions per minute. Okay, we have to find the value of A. Let's go here. For a particular car, the linear function f gives the predictive power. Now stop here. What is the output here? Actually, that is the power. So power is equal to 1 over 7 speed, which is in the form of RPM, minus A plus 433. Now we have some idea actually what the question is. Let's see what data is given now. For a particular car, the linear function f gives the predictive power in brake horsepower for engine speeds between. Okay, so the speed of the engine is between 1000 revolutions per minute to 6000 revolutions per minute. That means you are going for a long drive. Sometimes you drive really fast and then it is 6000 revolutions per minute. That means this much distance covered, then distance. So 6000 revolutions per minute the car is taking and minimum it is 1000. Okay, point taken. According to this question function, the car predictive power is this 433 at an engine speed of this. That means when power is this, then speed is this. That means when the car is having at this speed, then it's taking the power of 433. Okay, so that is first power with first speed, and 600 is the second power with engine speed of 4500 RPM. So two datas are given to us. Okay, the equation this gives, okay, defines f. X is the speed, A is the, what is the value of A. Now I have two informations and I know what every variable in the equation means. So when power is 433 and speed is 3331, A we have to calculate plus 433. Okay, another information is also given that when power is 600, at that time speed is 4500 revolutions per minute, 433. So we have collected the data very efficiently. This is what it means in the equation. These are the two values. Now let's stop one here. Two equations are given, but we have to find the value of one variable only. And if there is only one variable, right, we need only one equation to solve that. Second equation is not needed. So here two equations are given. That's okay. Both the equations will give you the same value of a. So you can take any of the equation and calculate the value of a. I seem this first equation is easier because 433 and 433 are here. So let's solve it this way. 433 is equal to 1 over 7. Then speed is 3331 minus a plus 433. So subtracting 433 on both sides, 0 is equal to 1 over 7, 3331 minus a. Okay, let's get rid of this fraction. Multiplying by 7 on both sides. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. So this is cancelled. And any number multiplied with 1 remains the same. So even if we ignore this 1, it's not going to change anything because 1 is the multiplicative identity. Okay, so we have 0 is equal to 3331 minus a. Adding a on both sides, a is equal to 3331, and this is what is asked. And you may get confused why these two equations are given. I am not using this equation anywhere. That is the beauty of SCT, right? SCT checks that. Do you get confused at this point why this second equation is given to us? That's okay. Two datas are given to us, totally fine. We must be confident that if we have one variable, only one equation is enough to find the value of that variable. Now for me, the question is over. I'll just ask you to use the second equation and check value of a is same as from the first equation or not. It will be same, but I'm just asking you because then you will be confident enough that okay, one equation, one variable is enough. If two datas are given, that's fine. That is just another data which we are not using, right?